the skid plates and the grill. They're pretty gross. Look at all this oil and grease caked up on this skid plate. I mean, look at it. You can see the paint and the actual grease on there. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take these and get these all cleaned up so they'll be ready for paint. Look how good this cleaned up. There's literally no grease on this thing at all. And the front is like very, very clean and shiny. It looks awesome. Grill especially is crystal clean. I mean, it's got some fading, but it's not a big deal. I sanded all these parts down so that I can start painting them today. I'm in the garage. It's like 90 degrees in here. I'm sweating my head off, and I haven't even started painting these parts here. These are the parts that we're gonna be painting. I've already got them prepped. They're ready to be painted, and we're gonna paint them right now. Usually when you're in a closed or enclosed area, you want to have some sort of face protection because you don't want to be breathing in all of that paint, because it's gonna fill up your lungs and you're gonna be sneezing and you're gonna have all that paint in your boogers and it's gonna be disgusting. It's really bad for your health. Unfortunately, I don't have a respirator myself, but I was lucky enough to get a face mask. I'm not sure how helpful this will be, but I don't wanna be breathing in all that paint, so this will have to work. So let's start painting and see how these parts turn out. I've got both emblems all taped up. It took me so long. What you did not see is I actually sprayed both of these emblems, the V6 emblem and the Mitsubishi emblem. I sprayed them silver last night. Obviously the back is still chrome. The reason why I decided to spray them silver is because the chrome was coming off and I didn't want to pay for new emblems because this emblem right here is $24. And then this morning I taped them all off because we are going to paint this black and paint this black. Now, if you know the Mitsubishi logo, you know that this is red. Well, I don't want to buy a can of paint just to spray this. That's a waste of paint. So we're going to paint this black, and then when I wrap the car, I will just cut these triangles out of whatever color wrap I decide to put on the car. But it took me about an hour for each emblem to tape it all up, make sure it's perfect because we don't want any overspray or like leakage anywhere. Now the one thing I am contemplating is these boys right here. So these are the fog light, I guess, holders or whatever you want to call them, but the fog lights go right in here and these go on the bumper. Maybe modernize the front of the car, right? So what if we paint these black? Let me go show you them on the car and let me get your opinion because I'm gonna paint them black. And then if they don't look good, then we'll just paint them back to silver. Looking at the front of the car, you can see that these fog light cover things just blend in way too much. They are their own separate pieces, so while they do look good silver, I think they should stand out. So I think by painting them black, it'll give the car a lot more character, especially since it already has those wide body flare fenders. So I think the route that we're gonna go is we're gonna paint them black and see what they look like. But I really think black is gonna look really good on this car, especially since I'm painting the grille gloss black, so they'll match. You guys won't believe what just happened. I was painting the emblems on this plastic sheeting here, and I left for 20 minutes, and I come back, find out that this was actually folded over because of the wind, and oh my gosh, it only ruined one emblem, but I'm like, really? This took me an hour to tape up. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a scratch. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I literally spent so long taping this up, and now I gotta sand it down. I already know there's gonna be somebody in the comments saying, Phinny, why didn't you mask off the tires? You got paint on both tires. Yes, I know. It's annoying to me as it is to you, but I don't plan on keeping these tires. These tires are pretty bad. I mean, these 4 tires aren't the worst. The only problem is, on the driver's side, this one keeps going flat, which is probably an indication that we need new tires. The other ones, they do go flat, but it takes like a month or more for them to go flat. This one I aired up maybe 2 weeks ago and it's already going flat. So you can see it's cracking and everything, so I don't care that I got paint on it. You know, it is what it is. But in one of these videos, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch the wheels to this car, and I'm gonna take these wheels here and I'm gonna go get them powder coated, and we'll literally just take these tires and put them on these wheels. So that's the plan. That's why I didn't bother masking off the tires, because we're gonna trash them anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Here it is, looking pretty good. I did not put the skid plate back on the car. I still need to do that. But honestly, guys, I think this looks pretty good. I painted the bumper a slightly different color than the actual silver that came on it. This is more of a whitish silver. And then this is more of a, I guess a tannish silver, you could say. It's more flat, not gloss. And I think keeping these black, I know I was kind of on the fence about it, but I think these look good being black because it goes with the black grille. I think it just ties it in all together. To me, I think it looks awesome. I think it's a great front end update, and it just makes the car look a lot newer, nicer, and realistically, I just love the way it looks. I mean, look at this. Look how cool that is. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna get the skid plate back on there, maybe off camera. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I'm very pleased with the way it turned out, but I wanna know what you guys think too. I don't think the engine on my 96 Montero is actually seized. I know the guy that I bought it from said that he ran the oil out of it, but I'm starting to think that was a lie, because as I examined the engine, I'm like, wait a second, this actually doesn't look that bad, and I will try to turn it over by hand. But the reason why I came to this conclusion is because if you look at the fuse box, it's all messed with. If the engine ran out of oil, why would the fuse box need to be taken apart? Because that is a mechanical issue. This is an electrical thing. It doesn't make any sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to turn the engine by hand, and if it does turn, I might try to put the fuses back in the car and start the engine. If you guys want to see more videos like this and you're interested in Monteros, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be uploading either every week or every 2 weeks. I mean, I'm going to be starting school soon, so I'm going to work on these cars when I have time, but I do want to try to put out a video every single week.